Do you know how every One Piece character would react if Luffy's execution got announced? Yeah, the whole world would literally shake from the shock of that insane news. And the Straw Hats, they would absolutely lose it. Like Zoro, Luffy's right-hand man, he would be raging. He'd instantly take over the Sunny and head straight for the execution site to save his captain. Although, let's be real, Jinbei's gonna have to take the wheel pretty quick or they'll just get lost. Anyway, Zoro will also be pissed at Luffy for doing something so reckless as getting caught. Still, Zoro would literally make peace with dying, as the only thing he cares about is saving his captain. I mean, seriously, Zoro will literally do anything for his captain, even die for him, which we all clearly saw when he took all of Luffy's pain from Kuma, which honestly should have killed him. So basically, Zoro will cut through the whole world if that's what it takes to save his captain. But someone who's going to be even angrier than Zoro, that's Nami. But she's not just going to be angry, she's literally going to break down in tears and cry her eyes out, because Luffy means everything to her. But at the same time, she'll be screaming about what an idiot captain he is for getting himself caught in the first place. Still, Nami and Luffy have been through everything together, and she'll never forget how much he's done for her. So once she wipes away the tears, she's going to be raging and load up Zeus with tons of thunderclouds. So when they reach Luffy's execution site, she's going to be ready to blast them all with her ridiculous thunder power. Moving on to Sanji, and this guy would lose it. He would literally start crying and blame himself for not being there for his captain when he got caught. But then, he'd of course light a cigarette, heat up his leg, and get ready to take on every single Marine to save his captain. Because Sanji will never forget how Luffy fought for him at Whole Cake Island. Like, he literally almost starved to death just to show Sanji that he's nothing without his cook. So now, Sanji would feel like it's his turn to be there to save his captain, and he wouldn't let anything stand in his way. But what about Usopp? He wouldn't even believe it at first. He's literally going to be yelling at the crew that it just has to be a lie, as there's no way Luffy could ever get caught. But once he realizes it's real, he would totally freak out. He'd panic and say it's impossible to save Luffy, as they would literally have to fight every single Marine in the world. But after getting smacked in the head, Usopp would just break down in tears, as Luffy isn't just his captain, he's his literal brother and the guy who gave him the courage to actually chase his dream of becoming a brave warrior of the sea. And that's when Usopp's gonna man up and take his rightful position as the captain of the crew, being ready to fight anyone to save his best friend. Moving on, we've got Chopper, and he's obviously gonna be crying his eyes out. Yeah, I know Luffy sometimes literally calls him emergency food and even tries to eat him, but these two are still best friends for life. Like, Chopper cares so much about Luffy that he literally jumped into the ocean to try and save him, even though he ended up having to be dragged out himself. Do I even need to say more than that? Chopper will obviously do anything to save his captain, so he'd turn into his Monster Point form and try to smash him to freedom. Next up, we gotta talk about Nico Robin, because Luffy's execution would absolutely destroy her. I mean, Luffy's the reason Robin even has a will to live, and he gave her a place, a family, and the kind of friends she's always dreamed of having. So when she hears about Luffy's execution, she wouldn't just sit there and cry, she'd get real serious and just tell the crew that she refuses to lose him. So she'd get ready to fight, and she'd literally die for him, as the only thing she cares about is keeping him safe. And Jinbei, he also only cares about keeping Luffy safe. So he'd be ready to tear the sea apart just to save